Hi, this is Dave with Dave's TR4A. Thanks for coming back to my channel. I want to give you guys a sneak peek of a solid-state overdrive controller I'm developing for use in British cars with the Laycock, the Normanville, A-type and J-type overdrives. Here's a 3D model of the current printed circuit board. I'm going to run through the design features one by one here. Okay, this is the main reason I started on down this path. Is that many times, I mean, I drive my car a lot if you've watched any of my videos, but I still catch myself stopping in overdrive, and I start out in first, go to second, and all of a sudden it flies into overdrive, which I wasn't expecting. So the key feature of this device is that in order to enable the overdrive, you have to hit the switch one more time. And it's a push on, push off kind of a situation. So you can either, I have it set up to where we can either do push button like you would see in a shift knob, or you can use the existing lever on the steering column and just flip it once to engage it. And then, like say you go out at second overdrive, you go through neutral, go into third, it's going to drop out the overdrive, and you'll start in third gear, and then you just flip the button down again, or the lever down again, and it goes into overdrive again. Same thing going into fourth, and then fourth overdrive. That's the key feature that I wanted to get to design this thing. Okay, the second design feature is I've added a provision to drive a LED that will indicate that the overdrive is engaged. And, that could be mounted on the dash. It could be mounted in the shift knob. I mean, if we could find, or somebody could find a source for a shift knob that has a momentary push button with an LED in it, that would be super. So anyway, that's feature number 2. For the drive side of the control, I've designed in a relay that has contacts capable of running 5 amps through them, and that'll be more than enough, I think, to pull in a J-type relay or solenoid, or to drive the overdrive relay on an A-type overdrive. So here's a proposed connection diagram. Before I get into the actual connections, the projected size of the board is going to be about 1.8 inches by 3 inches, and it'll have a mounting hole in each corner. You can see the terminals on the bottom where we plug all the wires in, and those are all standard 1/4 inch push-on type connectors. Okay, so the first terminal on the left is BAT, and that is your power input. That goes to the green wire in your harness. Basically what I call that is switch 12 volts. And the next wire over is ground. That's the ground input to the control. The third wire is the interrupt switch, and that's very important. The unit won't operate unless that sees a ground on that wire, and that would be when both interrupt switches are closed and there's a ground connection to the circuit. The next 2 wires, S1 and S2, those are for the switch, whatever kind of switch you want to use. If you want to use a standard stock-mounted overdrive switch, you just run those 2 connections to the switch and you're all set. If you want to use a knob that has a momentary push button in it, then you just have to run the wires to those. Those can be very small wires. They don't have to be very large at all. The next 2 are for the LED, for the anode and the cathode of the LED. I'll have more detailed instructions on how to connect that, but basically that's for your optional LED. And speaking of that, you'll notice that there's a LED above the large relay on the right-hand side, just to the left of the mounting hole, and that's more of a diagnostic tool to where you can see if the unit's actually turning on and off when you flip the switch. You'll be able to hear the relay click too, but that's what that's for. And finally, the overdrive relay output, and that one will go to either the relay for the A-type overdrive. Will go to one side of the coil for that, the W1 or the W2, or it'll go directly to the solenoid on the J-type overdrive. So that's about it for the connections for now. and I should have some prototype boards here in a couple of weeks. I was hoping to have one. Planning on going to the trials up in Corning, and also up to the big car show up in Ontario. And I was hoping maybe to have something to bring to that, but I don't think I'm going to have it. But I will have voltage stabilizers. So if anybody wants their voltage stabilizers exchanged for your dead one, I'll have a few with me. So anyway, I hope to meet some people there, and maybe we can talk about some additional features you might want to do on something like this that I can possibly incorporate in it. So again, thanks for watching my channel, and I'll be back as soon as I have more information. That's it for now. Please like and subscribe.